What is up, guys? Now, if you hear that music in the background, that's because I'm showing case a new set that I just got in the mail. You can probably just see it. But I've been wanting to check these films out for a while, and not sure if I'll review these right away. If you guys want me to review these, please comment down below, because I will. But this set is the Universal Classic Monsters Essential Collection. Really packaged set. Very well done. And this thing's big, as you can see. Like, as a comparison, I'll go get my Alien set. So as you can see, I have the Alien set right here, and I have the Universal Monsters Essential. As you can see on the side, this is much wider and much thicker than the Alien set. I'm gonna put this back, but oh shit, don't want that to fall out. But I'm gonna go put my Alien's set back. So 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm going to show everything off. First you get a booklet, which is pretty packed. Talks about everyone, like I'll show this off. Got the sections here. You got Legacy of Horror, basically an introduction. Some about the Mummy and Boris Karloff, and the horror genre star. Showing more pictures here. Some of the makeup. And you got some about Dracula and movie trivia, like I'll read this here. Reportedly, Lon Chaney was originally considered for the role of Dracula, but when he died before production, the role went to Bela Lugosi. Talks a lot about the film here. Has a picture of Bela Lugosi right there, and pictures from the movie. Some about Bela Lugosi right here, which is really cool. Frankenstein. There's Boris Karloff. Here, get that closer. Boris Karloff there. Some of the sequels and posters there. About James Whale and Boris Karloff. James Whale directed The Invisible Man, Frankenstein, and Bride of Frankenstein. About the Mummy, the 30s version, which was December of 1932. And we got stuff about Boris Karloff. And Jack Pierce, who of course did a lot of the makeup for these. And The Invisible Man, picture of Claude Rains there. And for the trivia for this one is, a double, taller, more prominent nose was often filmed instead of Claude Rains. Really cool trivia. Saw him on John P. Fulton. Ah shit. Is the movie starting? Oh, no. Sorry about that. Just went out of a menu, but it has all of these. Shows H.G. Wells. And it's also talking about The Invisible Woman, which is really cool. Bride of Frankenstein, and the trivia for this one is, the bride's now famous hair was held in place of a wired horse cage. There we go. Hey, horsehair cage. There we go. Some of the posters for Bride of Frankenstein. And we got the Wolfman. And the movie trivia for this one is, screenwriter Kurt Siodmak, I don't know how to pronounce that, so my apologies if I got that wrong, created the often reported werewolf myths that a person becomes a werewolf through a bite. A werewolf can only be killed with a silver bullet, and that a man can change into a werewolf during a full moon. Talks a lot about the film here, has pictures of Lon Chaney Jr. there. Talks about Lon Chaney Jr. here, which I'm going to go in depth showing this book, just for in case anyone's curious. Now, I have a quick warning I want to give, but I'm going to wait till I point it out. And the trivia for Lon Chaney Jr. was, When Larry Talbot fights a wolf, it is actually Lon Chaney Jr.'s German Shepherd. Interesting. Some about the 40s Phantom of the Opera with Claude Rains. So there he is right there. Okay, there we go. Some of the pictures from the Phantom of the Opera. It's funny how even back in the 40s there was remakes. Because if you guys don't know, Phantom of the Opera of 1943 was a remake of the Phantom of the Opera with Lon Chaney from 1925. Which is cool. Shows a picture of the script. It's not too much, but it shows a little bit. And we got a lot talking about Claude Rains here. The trivia is, all of Claude Rains' Invisible Man dialogue was pre-recorded and dubbed in later. Makes sense. And you got a little... Sorry for the cut there, I just ran out of space, but talking about Claude Rains, as I was saying. And next we got Creature from the Black Lagoon. Now this is going to be edited in 2 parts. Got pictures here. This one I'm really curious about. Now the warning for this is that this may be defective. Universal made a bad mistake where they put the 3D version with the 2D version. So it talks and stutters and talks like this. Like for example, I'll read this. "We don't come here to fight monsters. We were not equipped with it, David Reed." Like it'll talk like that. So just a quick warning, if anyone buys this set, you may have that. But the movie trivia here was, Ricko Browning, who was the gill man for the underwater scenes, was required to hold the breath for upwards of 4 minutes at a time. I'm not going to read all this much, but if you want to pause it right here, you guys can read it. Here, I'll get closer. You can read it if you want. That's what that says. And you got really cool underwater shot. Makes you wonder. When I saw this, seen clips for this, it makes me wonder how back then in 1954, how they filmed underwater. Like, was waterproof cameras invented? Because remember, guys, this was the time when TV was barely around, and there was still segregation and all that stuff. And women weren't as were still, quote, known as the housewife, which is really interesting what this shows. And the Monster Legacy, Universal's old logo. And now we get into the actual booklet part, which is this thing right here. Put this back in. Now I'll pull this out. Now this is really cool how they packaged it. The only issue I have is, I'll show this off. You have Dracula. The only issue I have is this right here. Or no, actually, Dracula's in my player right now, that's right. But the issue I have is here, I'll show with Frankenstein. They packaged the disc like this. Now, you don't have to worry about it getting scratched because Blu-ray has a layer over it, so it won't get scratched as easy. But it's still annoying because you can have, it can get stuck in there. So just a quick warning for everyone. But the features, you have the Spanish version on this. And you got the Road to Dracula, Lugosi, the Dark Princess, Dracula, the Restoration, Monster Tracks, Dracula Archives, alternate score by Philip Glass, performed by the Courtnose Quartet, feature commentary by film historian David J. Segal, feature commentary by Steve Haberman, screenwriter of Dracula Dead in 11, and a trailer gallery. For Frankenstein, I'll show this off right here each time, Frankenstein. And what's cool is on each one you do see the date, like Frankenstein being 1931. For Frankenstein you got Frankenstein Flies, How Hollywood Made a Monster. Karloff, the Gentle Monster. Monster Tracks, Universal Horror, Frankenstein Archives. Boo! A short film. Feature commentary by film historian Rudy Belmore. Feature commentary by film with historian Sir Christopher Frawling. Excuse me. 100 Years of Universal is restoring the classics, and the trailer gallery. And right here I'll read the description. I'm not going to read every single one, but I'll read the Frankensteins. It says, an unforgettable masterpiece. Boris Karloff stars as these. Apologize to sound in background, guys, but stars as the screen's most tragic and iconic monster, what many consider to be the greatest horror film ever made. I have to see when I watch these, because most of these will be the first time I ever see them. I've seen clips, but that's it. And we got The Mummy from 1932. Features on this are Mummy Dearest. Once again, apologies for the cut in case that happens, but like I was saying, Mummy Dearest, a horror tradition unhearted. He Who Made Monsters, The Life and Art of Jack Pierce. Unveiling the legacy of the Mummy Archives. Feature commentary by Rick Baker, Scott Esmond, Steve Harbour, Bob Burns, and Brent Armstrong. Feature commentary by film historian Paul N. Jensen. 100 Years of Universal, the Carl Lemon Era, and a trailer gallery. Next we have is The Invisible Man from 1933. It's Gloria Stewart right there. If you guys know Titanic and the old lady, that's who got the Oscar. That's who this is right there. But anyways, we got the features here are Now You See Him, The Invisible Man Revealed, production photographs, feature commentary by film historian Rudy Belmer, 100 Years of Universal, Unforgettable Characters, and a trailer gallery. And we got the sequel to Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, what many people to be the best out of the two. Well, the two in this set, at least. Anyways, the features are She's Alive! Creating the Bride of Frankenstein. The Bride of Frankenstein Archives feature commentary with film historian Scott McQueen. 100 Years of Universal, Restoring the Classics, trailer gallery. So really packed on the set, guys. If you can afford this set and you're a big fan of these movies, of course with this film you got to be careful in case you get the defective one. But other than the packaging here with the discs, other than that, this is really packed. I'm going to keep going through the features because now we're on the Wolfman. Shoot. Now we're on the Wolfman. Now we got Monster by Moonlight, The Wolfman from Ancient Curse to Modern with Pure in Heart, The Life and Legacy of Lon Chaney Jr. He Who Made Monsters, The Life and Art of Jack Pierce. The Wolfman Archives feature commentary with film historian Tom Weaver. And 100 Years of Universal, The Lot, trailer gallery. Now we got the 40s Fan of the Opera, which most of these are in black and white, which I'm fine with. But this one's the only one in color. Features here are The Opera Ghost, A Phantom Unmasked. Production photographs, feature commentary by a film historian Scott McQueen. 100 Years of Universal, sorry my nose was itching there. 100 Years of Universal, The Lot, theatrical trailer. And we have the last film, which is The Creature from the Black Lagoon, which is definitely one of the most famous, this one. Which, like I said, be careful if you buy this set and this, because this may be defective. Because, as an example, I'll read this. A hideaway-esque creature kidnaps this woman he loves, forcing scientists to hunt him all the way back into the depths from where he came to in this iconic horror film. I mean, of course, half of it will play fine, but half of it will stutter like that. But the features, anyways, the features is, the reason that is because for some reason Universal decided to put the 3D version and the 2D version together. Yeah, that's beyond me. Anyways, the features here, getting a little bit sidetracked, but the features are Creature from the Black Lagoon in 3D, so if you have a 3D Blu-ray player, this will work in 3D. Back to the Black Lagoon, production photographs, feature commentary with film historian Tom Weaver, 100 Years of Universal, Lot, and trailer gallery. Now, that's all for the set, and I'm really impressed. Basically, anyways, I gotta say though, this set's really impressive. So if you guys are a big fan of this films, highly recommend this set. It's really well done in my opinion. Good job. But other than the two problems I mentioned, Creature of the Black Lagoon and the bad packaging, really good set by Universal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on showcasing these, and please leave down in the comments if you guys would like me to review these films, because I happily will if I get a decent amount of requests for it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching, and hope you look forward to whatever I have next, and bye-bye!